Welcome, one and all. This is the Peace Dealer, back at it again with another exciting episode of Peace Talk. And this episode we have the lovely Neha. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Just chilling, dealing peace as usual. I hope I said your name right, by the way.
It's Neha.
Neha. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Neha, how you doing? What it
Love it.
is. All right. I'm glad that you said lovely. That's a keyword I've linked to the vibration of Leo. So
Yes?
I always kind of have keywords. I can go through them right now, but before I do, I usually save this for like the next second reveal. But what is your sun, rising, and moon sign?
I'm a Leo sun with a Libra rising and a Scorpio moon. Jupiter is right on my moon right as we speak.
Oh, someone's going through a soul evolution right now.
Oh my God. It's too much.
So I bet what you thought was, yay, Jupiter's gonna come on my moon. It's gonna be so much clarity. But yeah.
Actually, no. Okay, so I thought that a few years ago when Jupiter was in Leo, I was like, this is gonna be lit. Like, we're gonna have such a good time, and it was literally like the worst. So I was prepared. I was like, all right, Jupiter is not all that lucky. You gotta like, and my Jupiter is debilitated in my chart, so
Jupiter is
gotta work for it.
Capricorn then?
Yeah.
That's interesting because I actually have it in Cancer, and I could kind of feel how it's in its rise because I'll just be on the couch and then like, damn, there's like I don't have to do anything. It's weird. I mean, I'm not on the couch because my solar return and progression is in Capricorn, so I
Mm.
have to work for it. I can see what you mean with Jupiter there, but I will say what's cool about Jupiter and Capricorn is like if you put in that work, you kind of like get set for life. That's the one Jupiter
Yeah.
is at.
No, I like know because I study economics in school, and I think Jupiter and Capricorn helps me because it's like I just totally get the system. So it's like sneakily good. I like it.
Ah, word. Oh my gosh. You were an econ major or you just had econ classes?
I'm an econ major, yeah.
Oh, God bless your heart. Econ is like the most it's up there with like one of the most boring business
It's
courses.
not. It's
I mean,
so
I'm
exciting.
well, micro econ, like I'm gonna take micro and macro econ this semester.
Hmm. Ooh.
Yeah, econ can be exciting when you realize it has like everything to do with like all of the decisions consumers make. Then you start getting into equilibrium, and it's just like, what are we doing again? But nah, it's funny though.
I think it's I think it ties in like I think that's the my favorite part of econ, like how it actually applies to the people. I like actually don't like care so much about the finances, and I care about it, but it's like whatever. But I love like applying economics to astrology because like that's like magic.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's that Virgo logic there. No, that I've always that would be fun to teach too, like economic astrology and how it's like you can predict how a consumer will spend based on the demand and the supply, but then also
Yeah.
their Venus sign, like that's game changing right there. Oh my,
Like, yeah, if you look at someone's second house, you'll be like, oh, this is how you make money. So this is exactly how you should like assert your demand. Like this is how you should come off. And then the supply would be the eighth house. And then you'd be like, so this is how the supply end of your chart works.
wow.
Yeah.
See, you just blew my mind. I didn't really know. Second, it makes sense. Second house would be demand, but I didn't really correlate
Mm-hmm.
eighth house being demand, right?
Supply.
Supply. Oh, eight. See, I would have thought that the second house was supply because that's like what you build.
Mm.
It makes sense though that the second house will be demand because that's your value, that's what you're worth, right? But I mean, that's so interesting. You kind of blew my mind right there. Like, I know eighth house is more investments too, but that could be
Yeah.
second house as well. I guess it's a little bit of the fixed
I
house
think it's
aspect.
both. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I always did correlate Leo with lovely. I to kind of go down the zodiac, and you could use this as a keyword if you want to apply this to your sun or rising. But I
Mm-hmm.
would say like Aries, and we could play a game right now. So like, what's
All right.
one word that you correlate with the sign? So my word for Aries is original.
It's original.
Yeah.
Mine is like assertive.
Oh, very much so. Aries
Yeah.
is so mean. Aries is just give me that right now.
They love saying no to you, like for no reason.
This is true. This is very true. They'll be waiting. I feel like Capricorn loves it too, though. The
Yeah, yeah,
Capricorn
yeah.
is just waiting to curve someone. Like, please ask me. So like, all right. My word for Taurus is the natural.
Mine is chill until they're not chill.
Until like the horns just flare and they're breaking
Yeah.
shit and they're breaking walls and it's like, oh my god, Taurus, what are you doing? You're right. Like when Taurus gets mad, like
It's crazy. It's like that, like when you first nudge them, they're like moo, and then you keep nudging them, they're like moo, and then you keep going, and then it freaks out.
like Taurus is the one like you come home and you see the kitchen table destroyed to bits, and then everyone looks at Sagittarius, and then Sagittarius is like, I know it's not even me this time. It was Taurus. Like, oh my god. Uh,
Oh,
but yeah,
classic.
shoot. I would say Gemini is enlightened.
I would say Gemini is dynamic.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. There's always so much going on with Gemini. I'm so tired.
Damn, that spoke to my soul right there. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh god. Shout out to those of y'all in the live chat. Appreciate the comments. We see you about them.
Oh, let me
Um,
see if I can see my YouTube.
yeah, you should be able to. It gets down. We have some dope viewers always. Heart goes out to y'all.
Nice.
So the Cancer card, Cancer is special. Cancer is definitely
Why do you say that?
Cancer is special because it's like, yeah, okay. I mean this in different ways. So there's of course the making fun of them way where it's like, oh, it's okay, they're special, right? But there's also the way where it's like there's something special about Cancer. That's like our trump card. It's like they can either be a
Hmm.
specialist or yeah, everyone is kind of like fundamental in a certain way, but Cancer has this like if Scorpio was rare, then Cancer's special. They're not really like just everyone. And it's really because they think they're slick and so they keep this secret that you never knew that they had until they just like show you and it's just like, "Oh,
That's real. And
oh,
I was just thinking earlier, I was like, cancers are the most manipulative because they don't come off like it.
yes!" And Pisces
Like
too.
the most manipulative. And they'll be crying with you, and you're like, oh, and then like later you'll look back and you're like, that was some fuck shit. Like that was messed up. Cancer. They're the opposite of the devil card. So I just like you gotta think about that.
Hold on because like I had to think about that. I was like, Cancer is so good. Cancer is so amazing. It's like, what if it was just a cover? And it was Libra who taught me that, but it's all good. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've met some Cancers with sincerity, and that's how they low key taught me that Cancer can be evil and manipulative. So much so that when you call Cancer out on it, they'll be like, well, see, we manipulate people, but we manipulate people to do like better things. Like Scorpio,
Yeah.
Scorpio manipulates people.
Like, what is your definition of better?
Well, see, it kind of makes sense too, because like a Cancer can manipulate someone to feel better about themselves. But the reason why I know Cancer is manipulative is because Cancer makes you feel so good. Like Cancer will nurture you, and they will make you feel so amazing to the point where you don't realize that you're doing what you're doing because they like got all in your feelings. And before you, and see, we can't just blame Cancer for this because Scorpio and Pisces have their own versions of this too. So it's like, you know, it's a water sign conspiracy of evil. I mean, of specialness, and it's
pretty much.
yeah.
So my word for Cancer is secretly manipulative.
Secretly manipulative.
This is why my Jupiter in Capricorn is great, because my Jupiter in Capricorn will let me know, like, man, you're fucking up. You're fucking up. And I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I'm fucking up. All right, Jupiter, let's bring it. Jupiter and Cancer, y'all get sugar coated, y'all get fed like spoons of sugar.
Just like, yeah, oh yeah. It's ridiculous. It's like some of the stuff that I'll be hearing, my Gemini will be like, are we really believing this right now? Because I don't care. Like, I don't, but is this really what we're doing? Okay. All right, let's go. So Leo, I have is lovely for sure.
This is true.
Um,
I
yeah.
For me, okay, what is one word for Leo? Leo is sunshine. Like even at their worst, a Leo gets their identity from like making other people happy, so they have to be sunshine.
Yep. Facts. The light.
Mm-hmm. But
Um,
also a big brat. No lie.
well, I would rather say diva, because sometimes you gotta let these bitches know. Sometimes you gotta let these
That's
bitches
true.
know.
Yes.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So Virgo, I'm not gonna lie, I might hold them to a high standard, but that's because they hold everyone to a high standard and they have the most standards. So well, maybe Capricorn might have most standards, but I want to say the word for Virgo is perfect.
Perfect. Mine would be sacred.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna
Because
lie.
Mhm.
So I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say the alternate word for Cancer instead of special would be holy, you know, if they were in their
Mm.
light, because Cancer can maintain that holiness to where they're so sincere. I feel like someone who kind of does that is Charlemagne the God, where he'll just say, yeah, your album's a weed plate, like it's trash, like he's saying how he really feels. But instead of just kind of being like the fake Cancer that kind of hides how they feel, and they're secretly, you know what I'm saying? So but there's a very holy sacred part of Cancer, which now that I understand why that would be Virgo. That makes a lot of sense. If
There,
it's like,
I think this makes sense because exoterically Cancer is ruled by the moon, and then esoterically Virgo rules is ruled by the moon. So it's like that holiness of our moon, like the Earth and the moon. It's like our holy grail almost.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, so Libra, my word for Libra is classic.
Ooh, I like that. I'd go with timeless, kind of adding on that. Libra
Okay,
is like the beauty that can't be lost.
that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
That's really dope. I've been throwing mad shade on Libra too. Yeah, it's just been piling up. It's so unwarranted. I actually woke up this morning like, wow, I've been throwing so much shade on Libra. And it's like, I need to throw a lot more, but I realized that. No, I'm just joking. With Libra and Aquarius, I came to the realization that a lot of what they do is directly because of their love for other people.
Yeah.
It's like Libra will like compromise themselves just to like look out for someone else. And sometimes they do this in a selfish way, but it's like I'm trying to say this to their defense because like I took really wrong like some of the sideways actions, but it's like they got Pluto squaring them and
Mars. Oh yeah, no. Libras have it rough right now. I
yeah.
think it's the Libra quality of like they're the only object of the zodiac, so it's like they have to like they're trying to prove the fact that they're alive. Like they're like, no, I'm more than just an object, and so they'll like try to give and give and give, and it's like it's just. I do this myself. It's like the worst shadow side of a Libra. Alyssa Sharp would always say like Libras would become smaller when they're like trying to manipulate or when they're like when they're scared. That's what they do, and like it's such a fucked up tactic.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Libra is I feel like Libra is one of the nicest and I mean slickest. Like Cancer
Yeah.
thinks they're slick and Libra thinks they're slick, but Libra can pull it off. Like it's 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 really like I see them as cosmic agents. And where they are right now, they're in between like the gods, but then they're also in between like the humans. So like they're the agents that I've seen some Libras do this too. They'll be like, "So, have you seen this movie?" And I didn't realize before they were trying to indoctrinate me and like show me a bit of the divine, right? But it's like Libra has so much power right now. Like I see them being
Yeah.
drawn to the dark because it's like the dark side wants Libra because Libra is one of the most powerful, and it's like if they can forsake them, I don't know. It's weird. I don't see
I
that
think
happening.
Libras don't know. I don't think Libras know that they're powerful, but Pluto squaring them, letting them know. And it's like manifesting. Like Libras are like being shown like you're powerful, but Libras are just like they're scared to step into it, I feel. Like
All
and
the
that's why
cardinal
it's so
signs
easy to
are.
be lured to like the dark side because it's like cuz cuz they're just like trying to seek an identity. And so if the darkness gives a more solid identity than the light, then the Libra will be like, "Well, I'm going to weigh this out and go with the dark."
Well, it's like okay, Gemini, like people don't like Gemini and Aquarius because we're like the weirdos of the zodiac. Like Gemini's literally that asshole. Everyone's having a good time Thanksgiving. Gemini's like, do you know this holiday is not even like and then Aquarius isn't even like there. Aquarius is just like, this is boring. I'm going back to space. But it's like Libra's the one air sign that still wants to be look out for the people. And you know, Gemini and Aquarius,
Mm.
but Libra appreciates that popularity because they're there for people. And but
Yeah.
whereas Aquarius and Gemini see through it, Libra gets so many fake friends because it's like people just want Libra as the object. So
Right.
Libra's being tempted by popularity because they realize how popular they are. But Gemini and Aquarius is like, is this what you want, fam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because Libra has that weird part of themselves too. But they know
Yeah.
if they let that out, they'll lose. It's like they're sacrificing that popularity, and they don't. There's few Libras who like harness it. Like they're still authentic, but then they're also popular. But they're popular of people who
It's
don't
a,
treat them like fake friends. It's like,
I think so. I've determined like the function of behavior for the air signs is escape, and like what you were saying, like Gemini's escape in their mind, and so like everyone else is talking, and Gemini's like freaking out about the Native Americans at Thanksgiving. Aquarius is like, I'm just gonna go to space. That's where they escape to. They're like, I'm just gonna create my own existence. And then Libra is like, well, I'm gonna escape inside of people. I'm just gonna escape in everyone here and control them sneakily. Hee 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 hee. And that's what
damn.
they do. It's what they do.
See, this is why I hate fire, because fire signs just like see everything. Like, I'll just be in a fire sign's presence, like, oh, I feel naked right now. I'm like, yeah,
You just
hiding.
burn everything down. I
God
got
damn it.
I have Pluto trine my sun. I just destroy in Sagittarius. I just like destroy with my words. It's casual.
Thank you, by the way. A lot of people run away from this, but it is what it is. So yeah. Thank you for exposing the air signs real quick. It is
You're
what it
welcome.
is. Uh anyway, the word I have for Scorpio is rare, but I want to what was the other word? Shoot, sacred was the word I had for Scorpio too.
Sacred.
I don't think no, pure, not sacred, pure is the word I have for Scorpio.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that.
Pure evil. No, I'm sure.
Sometimes though.
That's more Pisces, but it's all good.
My word for Scorpio would be intimacy.
Oh, word.
Mm-hmm. And naked. It's like you gotta be expose yourself to get intimate.
No, that's true. Can't hide anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder what kind of see. I wanted like dish tea about Scorpio, but anytime I do, it's literally impossible. Like people
I
around
feel
the
like
world. Do you see that? Did you hear that glitch right now? Like this shit's real. Like
is this been happening? I think I tuned in once and you were like freaking out because it's like every time you mentioned Scorpio, a glitch would happen.
yeah, this is when yeah. Before I had to just get even more stable connection, but it's like um, you know, with every time people talk about I thought it was just me. And then I realized it's happening to everyone who doesn't have that Pluto protection. And it's awesome because I feel like it doesn't affect you because you have a Scorpio moon. So it's like
It
you,
doesn't.
oh, God damn it.
Scorpio moon, like everyone shits on it. Everyone shits on it. And I'm like, Beyonce got a Scorpio moon. Please bow down.
Yeah, you see, it's royal. See, Leo's royal and Scorpio's royal. So I can understand where
Mm-hmm.
like the bow down. A lot of people will take it as like arrogance, but people don't understand. Like,
It's just the way it is.
it
That's why Scorpio is sacred.
that's just the
Leo is
way it
lovely.
is.
Scorpio is sacred. I'm sorry. And Libra is classic. Like,
Oh my
please.
God, this is hilarious. I love it. Yes, you embracing it. You embracing it. That's
Okay,
what
if
it
you
is.
want tea on Scorpio, yeah, I got some. Okay, so Scorpio is like the sign of transformation, but like the biggest joke is they never change. So it's like the function of behavior with Scorpio is automatic. So it's basically like because water is holds our memory in our body. So basically a Scorpio will be like, yeah, I'm changing, I'm transforming. Oh yeah, watch me turn into a butterfly, bitches. And then like they'll won't change because their behaviors are so automatic. It's like it's ingrained into them. And so basically they need to like merge with either like a spiritual like being or like a human being to transform. And it's like the Scorpio won't ever admit like Scorpio is the most vulnerable part of our chart. That's why they're so protective of themselves is because like they know they're just gonna cry every second. So they're really trying hard not to cry, especially now Jupiter is in Scorpio. It's like so bad.
And it's crazy because I was just told there's like I thought there was like three stages of Scorpio. Apparently there's like seven. Like there's the scorpion, the
It's
snake,
huh.
the
7?
yeah. I don't even know anymore how. I mean, yeah, there seems to be more and more stages, and I can see how it's possible. I've recently equated that sign to summoning since it's next to
Mm.
Sagittarius. But
Yeah.
a lot of Scorpio secrets have been like you ever read that Revelations verse where they're like hold the secrets of the scribes, which by the way, I see air signs as the angels, and then fire signs as like the gods, and then earth signs, I'm not sure if they're humans. or like earth beings or earth angels. This is very tentative. It's not necessarily true.
Hmm.
It's just a working theory. I literally just took this conversation 5 times and I apologize, 5 different ways, and I apologize right now. But yeah, it's more or less with that summoning energy and Scorpio. Uh, Speaking of like the potential of rebirthing or taking from the root of the soul and kind of like transforming. My bad. I literally just took this to oblivion.
No.
I completely forgot, but I
I
was
think
trying to get
when you
away with
talk
it.
about the seven stages, have you heard of the seven mirrors of the Essenes? I
No,
think. Okay, so do you know who the Essenes are?
I've heard of them. They're like a sect, but I need you to educate me again.
Yeah. So basically, some say Jesus was a member of the Essenes. It's like Mary Magdalene, a lot of the old saints. It's kind of like the ancient Near East area. It was like a brotherhood of like sacred spirituality who like the members were devoting their life to like being the keepers of the secrets. So they have the seven mirrors of Essenes, which also kind of mirrors the seven Arabic stages of love, and the last one is death. So it makes sense that like this number seven would tie into Scorpio. But the seven mirrors of the Essenes, I think this is what it is. Like Scorpio can never transform if they don't look in the mirror. So I guess that's why there's seven stages of looking in the mirror because Scorpio is a super relational sign, and I think people forget that. Scorpios are like, I'm so single, like I'm so happy being on my own, but they're like they deeply crave intimacy. Like that's their
Deeply.
whole life purpose.
It's the sixth house. Their sixth house is Aries, so they could be somebody's.
Mm.
But you're right, like their embodiment of intimacy, and that's what made me understand Taurus because their sixth house is Libra, and it's like they kind of need to do stuff with people.
Yeah.
They want to be independent, but then Scorpio's 12th house is like Libra, so they obsess over relationships, just like you said, like
Mm-hmm.
they
It's
secretly.
their undoing. It's the mirrors.
Wow. Okay, my bad. So Sagittarius, the word I have for Sag is amazing.
Amazing. Mine is expansive.
Yeah, definitely. Um, or if Leo is lovely and flaming, then Sagittarius is shining.
Shining. I like that. I could also say Sagittarius is sparking. Like they are the parties of the zodiac, but also like the sparks. They're the fireworks.
They're the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Bet nasty. That's what's up. That makes sense. Capricorn is great.
I like that. For me, it's integrity.
Yep. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Facts on facts on facts. That's why Capricorn hates Gemini so much. Because it just be the Machiavellians like, the ends justify the means. And then Sagittarius would be like, hell no, you need morality. And we're like, middle finger. No, I'm just joking. There could be a moral Gemini, sometimes.
They're missing the Cancer empathy. If I had to go back and choose a positive word for Cancer, it'd be empathy, and that's what Geminis are like needing.
Yeah. Empathy is the right word. Hold on. It's so petty. And this is why I feel like Gemini is like one of the princes of petty because I think it's different for like Gemini women. Nah, actually I don't, but it might be to a degree. But like I'm progressing into Cancer and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize how much. I think it's because like my moon is Capricorn, so like I can have a bit of maturity that will battle with my Gemini. I don't know if I can call it youthfulness, but there literally is like a side to this where it's like surrendering to that empathy because it's like, do we really have to care? And then there's acceptance where it's like, yes, you have to cleanse. And then it's like, I don't really want to though. But then you really do want to because you want people to care about you. And it's literally that like Gemini, like bloop, 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 bloop.
I
Uh,
was I was just thinking, I've been thinking so much about Gemini energy lately. I don't know why. I feel like Mercury retrograde is gonna pull some Gemini shit. But I like I was thinking about Gemini. I was like, why does everyone hate Geminis? Why is it the easiest sign to hate? And I was like, because everyone loves them so much. It's like because Geminis have they're really kind because Gemini is really like on a really shallow level because they have to cultivate it to like survive. And the reason is because like Gemini needs to talk to people, and Geminis know if I'm not kind to you, then you're not gonna talk to me. So they have to be like kind enough to get your favor, and then like but like behind that is like the other twin being like, what am I gonna do now? And it's like Gemini is calling for like that Capricorn. What's the other sign in conjunct Gemini? Scorpio, right?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. So it's like they're craving intimacy and power through their connections, but like they don't know how to figure it out.
Well, it's even worse because it's like we just barely found out how to figure it out. And it's like because Gemini is such a it can be a bit futuristic where it's sensing
Mm-hmm.
you're sensing with thoughts and the way people talk what's going to happen, which is our problem because we rush to conclusions that are usually not,
Mm-hmm.
which is really bad. But oh, really bad. But yeah, given the mutable, changeable nature of how things could change and situations, I get the sense that what's scary because the biggest problem with Gemini right now is Pluto's in our eighth, so we're incredibly afraid of intimacy right now, and there's certain trust issues that whereas Cancer can have empathy, which you're right, we have to have empathy because like they can feel how someone is projecting something or they can feel how something's
Mm-hmm.
off, but then still trust the process. But Gemini, I guess we just our dark twin, which I don't really like to just say or blame the dark twin because this is really both, but it's a disconnect, which thankfully I think this Jupiter and Scorpio will um shift. But
Yeah.
I will say like to the people who love hating us, we kind of make y'all. There's a part of us that kind of it's kind of hard to not hate us because like just when you love us, it's like we're gonna be like, all right, y'all need to hate us now
Y'all
for a
pull
little
some
bit.
shit. Y'all pull some shit. Oh my gosh. Every
Even
time. I'm, but it's like I always like my Venus and my Mars are in Gemini, so I just like love Geminis. But I just like but then I watch y'all, I'm like, y'all piss me off and make me laugh in the same breath. Like I don't even understand. And plus, like Gemini's third house is Leo, so they like think they're really important, and that's why they like me because I make them feel important.
yes, yes, yes.
Ugh, stupid Gemini.
Plus, we get the best ideas from Leos too. It's amazing. No, like I will go into my head and create my own universe and just be like, "All right, peace, y'all. I'm with Aquarius right now, but at
Mm-hmm.
a higher level. It is what it is, though. Hey, at least we're opposite fire. See, now I understand why, like Sagittarius. I feel like Sagittarius and Gemini is the last opposition to like handle their beef and not even beef. Like I feel like every opposition has had to come together and like handle some like important stuff, and even Taurus and Scorpio took like forever, but they were still able to handle it. I'm sure someone died, but I get the sense Sagittarius and Gemini have still not handled their opposition lesson, and I actually projected on Sagittarius before, like Sagittarius, you would show up, but now I think I realize now more uh what could be the issue. I would say, but yeah. Plus we kind of just talked here, so it's like,
I feel like Geminis and Sagittariuses are gonna be hit so funnily by this Mercury retrograde. I just feel like they're both gonna go crazy. It's okay. It'll be
no,
fun to
we
watch.
I already went crazy. I mean, we had Neptune
Yeah.
opposing us, and then Saturn opposing us, and then
Oh my God. So much crazy mutable shit's happening right now.
yes, yes,
Damn.
yes. No, it's true. Yes, I can only say from experience. Like I've gotten full face card like multiple times, and then even more. But it's all good. It's gotten to the point where everything that I projected, of course, was like, uh, no, I have Taurus. I can't admit I'm too stubborn. So the word that I have for Aquarius is extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Ooh, okay. My word for Aquarius is alien. I like know like every time I like read an Aquarius's chart, I'm like, I don't know how to tell you this, but like you're actually an alien. Except for they don't like hearing that. They just want to be human so bad. It's okay, Aquarius. We still love you.
Is that what they tell you? Because you're right. You're right. There's some. I feel like Aquarius is so extreme where it's like they either fully embrace their alienness or they try to be human. Like I've literally had an Aquarius with an Aries moon just kind of be like, I've low key always felt I was an alien, and it's like, oh, you didn't already know. But I think because like of the shifts, I'll like just be like, you're an alien, right? And they'll just be like, yeah, yeah. We already know. Like,
The
yeah.
Aquariuses I know aren't on that level. They're like, they have shut up. But I'm like, no, it's because they never like belong. I have like strong, and it's like I'm like speaking for my own chart too, because I've got Uranus to right opposite my sun in Aquarius. And
Mhm.
so I'm like, no, I get y'all. We just like don't belong. And that's like this whole pervasive feeling in an Aquarius life. It's like, where do I fit in? And like, you don't have to fit in. That's why they're extraordinary. They're not supposed to be normal.
No, it's true. And some embrace it, but I found that the ones that don't embrace it, they they suppress like they're very spiritual, but then when some people
Hmm.
make realizations, they'll like suppress it. They'll like
Yeah.
3D you. But then it's very
Yeah.
extreme. Some Aquariuses do the opposite and they'll just like be all Uranus and take you out of space and whatnot. So I guess it
I
depends.
think the other word I would put to Aquarius is innovative and creative. It's like when they step into like their not belongingness, that's when they like really thrive. Like Steve Jobs had Mercury in Aquarius. Like it's like that kind of level of thinking is possible.
Yeah, it's the other word I have for Aquarius is genius. If like Gemini is smart, but
I
smart.
think Geminis are comedic geniuses.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because most of what we say is just to troll people, and it takes time for people to.
Yeah.
We're not serious with most of what we say. We're just saying it, but I feel like intelligence is not really smartness though. Like smartness is just like quickness of mind, but then intelligence is like doing things with your information, and that's Libra. Libra is very intelligent.
Hmm.
And then genius is Aquarius, where they just like,
It's because they Aquarius rules the neurons in your brain, and so like they just like got shit firing up there all the time.
yeah, damn. Uh, um, okay, for Pisces, I have divine, but
Mine's mystical.
mystic. That's perfect. Yeah, Pisces is hella mystical. Um,
Hmm. It's awkward when they don't know it.
oh, see, okay, I swear to God, I really firmly believe that when a Pisces doesn't know it, it's an act. Like they are just
Really?
acting like they don't know. Like I think it's impossible for Pisces to be that blinded. I think Pisces, there's some Pisces that will die with that secret if they want to. Where it's like they will just swear they're not the most magical person in the room. But normally I've seen Pisces embrace it. So that's why, you know, but I don't know, some of them will just like they're mind readers. That's why it's just so hard. Like
They
I don't
are.
know how
They're
they
so
could.
tuned in. It's like I think some Pisces give up. They don't like that the fact that they're so mystical because it's like Aquarius and Pisces and Capricorn, they're on another level because they're the double digits. So Capricorn really's got to stay in line with their integrity. That's their like secret, and as long as a Capricorn does that, they'll be fine. Aquarius, it's like you just got to realize you're an alien and like weird and like just be okay with that. And Pisces has got to know that they're everything. Like they are just literally like walking embodiment of like everything ever, and so, and they're so tuned in and they know things they don't know how they know. And like other people just like won't accept them for that. So, like, the Pisces lesson is to accept yourself. Like, I
Damn.
think that's the lesson for the last three signs is like self acceptance. Because that's the midheaven's like the point of self actualizing. So, everything that follows like falls from that.
Bam, you just nailed it.
Yeah.
So, Neha, thank you once again for joining this. Could you kind of give us insight? What brought you onto this path? What inspired you to step onto this spiritual journey?
So I think it's always been something I've kind of always been interested in, like this the spiritual stuff, but I always like was like there was a part of me that was like, no, like science, like this isn't real. And it wasn't until like my life totally broke down and like Saturn hit my Pluto, like everything, and like completely like changed that I was like I had to pick up the pieces and like understand why certain things happened. And like astrology was like the most objective way I could do that because I could just look at like a certain time and a space and be like, okay, what was the vibe there? Why did this certain thing happen at the certain time? And like, why? That was like my conclusion. And then I don't know, that helped me like find God and find myself and everything.
So
You're frozen.
the stars are the culprit once again.
Mm-hmm.
Astrology did it in. I swear it doesn't.
Yeah.
I haven't really found anything else that kind of has done it other than to the level that astrology kind of like woke me up. Like even more complex
Yes.
in terms of like what do you say? Galactic code or human design. Astrology is incorporated. So it's just like wow.
Mm-hmm.
Star
Do you know your human design?
projector.
You're a projector? Oh my God, that makes so much sense.
I
I'm a manifesting generator.
manifesting generator. So it's like you generate energy and then you manifest with it. Is that kind of how it works?
I think so. I think so. You are very much about relationships, right? That's what I've understood about projectors.
I I it, I guess it's so interesting because like I have the Mars and Aries, so a lot of me has it's been hard to be a projector because I've gone contrary because they're all about waiting for the invitation, but I've tried to force so many things, and it's like I didn't realize I could just allow myself to be the projector and like take in energy and then project it back. So I guess yeah, it would be about relationships. It could be. I've just been so, you know, into personal, like pushing people away. So that's kind of interesting.
What's your South Node in?
Leo on the IC.
Really?
Mhm.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's so interesting.
I feel like that's where I get my natural acting ability from. Just like
Mm-hmm. It's where you came from.
the sun. Oh, sweet. Word. That's also why I feel strong familiarity with you as well. And it's just like this
Yeah?
kinship or like familiar spirit. With any Leo, really, it's just always groovy and Gucci.
Yeah. My I've been so into past lives and parallel lives lately, and I just like that's so interesting.
Yeah, it's been really relevant, more so. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard not to ignore anymore. Um,
Yeah.
especially feeling, I guess it's more profound because the North Node is in Leo and it's aspecting my South Node. So it's like kind of coming into focus. But actually, with the North Node in your sign, how do you feel about that? And what do you personally, how do you feel your journey has made you who you are?
Mm,
And what's the work
okay.
for those who don't know what you do?
So I am I'm like a baby shaman, I would say. Like I don't have much experience, but it's like become very clear to me like I've like been in like it's in my lineage and like it's a part of just who I am. And I got on this path by like a lot of North Node and Leo has been me awakening to this, like me awakening to my own lineage, because I think Leo is about culture. So it's like I've been learning about my own culture and like things like meditation and tantra and yoga and like Jyotish, which is like Vedic astrology, and like how this is like passed down in our culture. It's also like awoken like my desire to be a performer. And it's like making it clear to me like my career, who I am is to like be myself. And that's the sole purpose of a Leo. It's like you need to your energy without ego. If you can learn to do that, you've mastered Leo. And so I think the North Node in Leo is like teaching us like how do you integrate all of you and then like say it's this isn't like this is greater than me. Like who I am is not Neha. It simply is. And there's like it's about yeah, I think the North Node is a lot it's like surrendering your ego and letting like the divine create through you. Because Aquarius, if you try to mental like South Node, if you try to like the ruler of the South Node is Aries. So if you get too egotistical, you're gonna try and control it with your mind. And like North Node and Leo is like, nah, this is about your heart. And so in my practice, I kind of am combine like my economics background. My I used to work as a behavior therapist for a few years. So I applied my psychology background and then I applied like a spiritual perspective of like you're just learning to like vibrate at your home frequency and that's like that's how you we create a better world.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Daniela is saying, "Damn, girl, I love your knowledge." And yeah, that's why I got so carried away. Like I was trying to keep on a strict schedule, and then I realized like 50 minutes passed. So now I'm like, oh shit. Okay. But we still cruising. I guess we can play this my favorite game or the game I always play on this peace talk, but we can take turns asking each other questions. So
Mm-hmm.
um you'll ask me a question first, I'll answer, I'll ask you a question, you answer, and then um yeah, we'll do 3 rounds of such.
Okay. You're Taurus rising, right? Like that's just like for me to
27 degrees.
27 degrees. Oh damn. Okay. Um okay, my first question to you is what is it like having your sun moon in conjunct and like how do you feel about like the in conjunct aspect? I think it's like the coolest.
Well,
Do
I
you
mean, oh, go ahead.
Mhm. Do you have like a anything in Scorpio?
Pluto, but that's about it.
Okay.
Well,
You can go ahead.
it's been difficult as hell because Saturn's on my moon and cap. So like I've always felt disconnected from my soul in an illusory sense. It's now that I'm like having the Saturn return, I'm finally realizing how gangster this shit is. Like this King Kungs is like really dope, but it it's teaching me to trust. I kind of see it as like I have to learn to trust my soul in this lifetime because like all the Gemini stuff that I do, my Capricorn moon hates, but I can just laugh at because it's like I'm not gonna take it seriously, but it wants to take everything seriously. So it's like in order to tap into that power, it's like I literally have to eighth house sacrifice my Gemini expression and like not say anything and like be
I'm gonna challenge that. Can I challenge that real quick?
please, yeah.
Okay,
No,
so I like don't believe I recently come to this conclusion like hard work and sacrifice and like debt, it's all like a lie. It's all like an illusion on us. And so I feel like there's like a way I like am so fascinated by like Gemini in conjuncts because it's like Gemini Scorpio in conjunct people, they can like speak the truth on such a deep level. It's crazy. And then a Gemini Capricorn person, they can like, I just like want to honor you. Like you've been able to create a career by just like kind of like talking and like just being yourself and just like channeling, and you've been able to like gain power through that. And I feel like that's your in conjunct at in work there.
So I don't necessarily have to sacrifice the expression.
Mm-mm. You just
It
have to build on the power.
build on the power.
And
That's
what you do is you keep it sacred. So sacrifice in the original definition is like to make it sacred. So you just got to keep it sacred. But like you get to define what sacred is cuz like you are you and that is your power.
wow. Your knowledge. See, it's not just that you have knowledge, you have that wisdom too with Scorpio. And that's another reason why I feel naked because, like, Scorpio moons will just hit you with some shit you did not tell a single soul. And it's just like, did you read my inner diary? What the hell? What the hell? Then I feel all violated, but then it's like I needed to hear it. Oh, God. How do you feel?
Don't sacrifice.
Oh, go ahead. Don't
I just
sacrifice.
said don't sacrifice. Fuck it. Someone tells you to sacrifice, punch him. Just kidding. Don't do that. That don't do that. That's
Thank
my
you.
Aries South node speaking.
I feel like I need that Leo stabilizing influence because Capricorn can bully Gemini so much. And then when Leo's next to Gemini, it's like, aha, nah, this is the truth. But my question for you is how do you feel the Pluto conjunction to your moon intensifies things, especially with
I don't have Pluto conjunct my moon.
you don't. Oh no, 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 you don't.
I'm a
So
Pluto in
Pluto
Sag.
you're Pluto Sag.
I'm a 0 degree.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, that's really interesting. How do you feel like I was gonna ask you how you feel like Pluto on your moon does, but how does it being in Sagittarius shift things for you? And how is the transit like working for you?
Okay, so Pluto in Sag, I feel like it's the best. It's the what I think Pluto and Scorpio. So I know a bunch of people with Moon conjunct Pluto and Scorpio, and I think they're really intense, and they don't realize it about themselves how deep they are.
Pluto
And it's like
Scorpio?
people with yeah Pluto Scorpio moons, like they are like they're like kind of like black holes, but like at the end of the black hole, there's like goodness. But I think with mine, because I have an early degree Scorpio moon, mine's like at 9 degrees, and then my Pluto and Sag is like ruling my moon. It gives me more lightheartedness. It like makes me like I think my like every time I like start taking life too seriously, I have to remember like this is all like a joke. Like this is all like an experiment, a cosmic joke, and like I just like think of laughing Buddha and I laugh. And I think that's like the Scorpio Sagittarius power. It's
Yeah.
like fuck it, just laugh.
I really feel there's like rebellion and wildness that Pluto Sag
Mm-hmm.
carries that just shits on the system and it's like you can't really project vibes at them. But what I want to add to that, how does being Pluto Sag affect your relationship with Geminis? And even
Ooh, ooh, that's a good one. I have so many Geminis in my life. Okay. I think it I think Geminis and I just naturally like each other. I think I have like a sense of like pull over them. I have like a sense of control because my Pluto hits their descendant directly. And so Gemini, no matter what they pull, they will always kind of not want me, but like they'll like acknowledge the power I have in their life. And so they'll never burn bridges with me. I think
oh,
that's how, yeah. Like
interesting.
they might like do pull some crazy shit, but they'll never burn a bridge.
How about Sagittarius? Is it flipped?
Oh my God. I've had some of like I think like like we all have like our scariest relationships. Some
Yeah.
of my best and some of my most scariest relationships have been with Sagittariuses during Sagittarius season. Like it's like so I think they try to control me. Like that's where it's flipped because their sun is on my Pluto, so it's like they get to like they illuminate my darkness and they can try and control that.
Interesting. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's a very evil side to Sagittarius that I don't like to look at because I like to
Oh
see
yeah.
them as like the champions of light. Like I don't want to see their Lucifer side. I want to see their like
I think
creator joy
yeah.
side.
I think it's like, I think about like our world and like most of our wars have been over like belief systems or like religion or like the crusades, right? Like that to convert people, all these things. And I think that's like the shadow side of Sagittarius. It's like they're like you will be like me or like no one at all.
They could
And
be.
they like mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Um,
Yeah.
so all right, that was a nice first round.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Again.
My second round is all right. what what was it that inspired you to take this path like of like being an astrologer and like being a public figure online and like what satisfies your soul about that?
Well, I didn't realize how much the universe was like trying to bring me on this path. I for so long I wouldn't take it seriously because I didn't take anything seriously in my life. Like you, I really feel in a Gemini sense, I can see into the cosmic joke of this and how
Mm-hmm.
we're really in this simulation. But then it's also with the maturing process, I didn't really realize a whole lot of my depth. I didn't really realize a whole lot of my power. I really just thought I was out here like saying certain things that I was supposed to. So at first I was really just more focused on like getting a music career because I really am passionate about more than just music, but like acting. I want to really break into
Mm-hmm.
to that. But it wasn't until recently because I had I saw how people were using YouTube as a medium, and then my mind was just so open and blown to this astrology. So I had the vision immediately. It's Aquarius midheaven with the North Node. It's like the universe is my boss. So I'm just
Nice.
like whatever messenger, right? But it wasn't until recently I realized how this is kind of connecting people. I didn't realize the outreach of my message, how it's really just confirmation. That's my favorite part of it. Everything I say is confirmation of something we all know, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of having us remember that the more we connect, the better that I'm able to take this serious now because I know like you said, like I kind of made that same realization around like you kind of making it, but I just didn't. Even now I still am not fully aware, but I being able to tap into things being bigger than just me really helped me embrace that this is a mission, and like everyone that I reach and everyone that I connect with, it adds on to the bigger picture, and it kind of helps circulate and connect. So I've just kind of been embracing that. But I'm glad that you asked what made me. To be 100% real, I did not choose to do this. Like I kind of was forced to do this. I was supposed to do this like 2012 or 2010, but I have a Taurus rising, so I will like bullshit. I will hold on as long as I can until the universe like takes everything out in a situation that I make a decision on where it's like, okay, and then of course I embrace the path and it's like, oh wow, this is actually really awesome. This is everything that I wanted. The moment I let go. So I mean, yeah, I just really want to embrace more the the divine aspect of this, how like I'm very much so led to do what I'm doing, as as well as like also really like low key, like 'cause even down to the clients I speak to, like it's just all like falling in place. It's really cool. But yeah, thank you
That's
for
beautiful.
asking. Um,
That's alignment.
there we go. That's the word. Definitely. Alignment is a great way to say it. It's hard for me to answer this question. The reason why I was so long-winded is because that there's an inner part. I have a dark twin, right? I don't like to see it as a dark twin though, but there's another part of me that like it's not very happy about what I'm doing. So that's gonna give you
Huh.
context about holding on. Like I have to fight. It's like I'm coming back from whatever past life, almost like atoning. Maybe this is a bit of atonement for whatever was done in a past life too. Because there's
Hmm.
a part of me that does not really like what I do. And it's not even so much like the astrology, it's just so much more actually relating with other people and like connecting. Where, of course, there's a part of me that consciously seeks this and wants it. So it's having to get drawn between that. And now it's the Scorpio season that made me realize what that is. But it's really exciting. I kind of just make a
Yeah.
joke about it because I like to cope with humor. I think that
Classic. Classic Gemini.
yeah. um, my question for you is how do you how do you deal with feeling psychic connections with others and dealing with the thin line between an authentic connection and just wishful thinking and delusion?
I think this is like the quality of discernment. It's something like I feel like I'm really being called to develop is like it's like I think my Leo-ness, especially like all up on the midheaven, it's like I could fall in love with like anything and everyone. Like not romantically, but like just like I can see the greatness in everything and I just want everyone to know how great they are. So for me, it's like what I have to do is like when it's discerning, it's like when am I craving like this validation that I'm giving to other people, and when do I feel like I'm genuinely giving this to other people? And it's like also in reverse. It's like when someone connects with you, it's like it goes down to intention. It's like what is like does because sometimes I feel like people don't even know they have bad intentions. It's like it comes to like it's I think it's like a feeling in the body of being like is this me or is this someone else? And just that the ability to discern with psychic boundaries is so important. And I feel like it's like not like talked about in the
Mhm.
spiritual community. Like boundaries are so fucking important, and people like to like wash all over them and like give like unsolicited advice and like it's messy.
No, it's true. That's been a huge lesson. Drawing the proper boundaries, that's been one of
Hmm.
the hugest lessons. And taking it feels good though to curve people and take your power back. It just feels so good.
Yeah,
I used to feel bad about it. I didn't realize that I trained myself to feel bad about it, but it's like, wow, I just have
I
all the
do. I do like a declaration of sovereignty every day because it's like this is my being and I get to be an experience where there is stuff outside of me and I get to I need to respect that.
yeah, that's beautiful. I
Hmm.
I did a sovereignty uh, webinar that made me realize how important just evoking that is. Uh, totally important. I'm going to. Oh, that was close. I almost sneezed. I'm going to ask you the last question right now, and then you can just ask me your last question. But
Okay.
what are the three zodiac signs that give you the greatest challenge, and what are your three favorite signs?
Okay. Three signs that give me my greatest challenge. Aquarius, because they they're my opposition. They Aquarius. reminds me to not get so caught up in my ego. But also, more than that, I think Aquarius is like, I challenge Aquarius because Aquarius has a secret desire to be special. Um, and
I
Leo kind
can't.
of embodies that.
Yeah.
Um, it's like they want the recognition, but they wouldn't ever admit it. But Leo's like, yeah, I want attention. I don't care, whatever. So
No,
I think,
Leo doesn't want attention. They get attention. Like
yeah,
they
that's true.
don't have to do
And
anything.
so, yeah, so I've had like challenges from Aquarius energy where it's like an attention thing, I think. And then another sign that challenges me is probably Sagittarius. They teach me about control and power and like the ability to influence and the ability to like make things greater. Uh, yeah, Sagittarius has definitely challenged me a lot. And Aries. Actually, I love Aries, but Aries has definitely challenged me because
Same
my
here.
draconic moon and my sun is in Aries, and like I just have a lot of Aries. I have like an Aries South Node, Aries Saturn, and it's like I've always noticed like whenever I need it, an Aries comes through for me, but it's like never without challenge. They
Yeah.
make me earn it.
I love Aries. I love Aries
Yeah.
because they're challenging. It's like they
Mm-hmm.
remind me who I am and to stop being like less than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they make things really simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And my three favorite signs are ha, Leo, of course.
Word. I can't even blame you.
Leos are just like we're great. As long as a Leo knows that they're great, they're like so good to be around. They're really generous. They'll probably eat everything that you have, but like they're so like Leos are just loving, I think. And I love being around other Leos. My other favorite sign is Gemini. It's like I have such a soft spot for Geminis. They
Yeah.
can never piss me off for too long. It's because they have a childlike, youthful perspective and like an openness to the world, and it's like it's really beautiful. I think the world ruins Geminis. Geminis don't ruin the world. And then okay, my last would be it would be split between Capricorn and Taurus. I love if I marry someone, I want to marry a Capricorn or a Taurus because um
I feel
Capricorn
you
and
on that.
Taurus, they're both humble. Hmm?
I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Capricorns, they just like are powerful. And I think that that's what they teach Leos is like, okay, Leo, you're sunshiny, but how do you like add substance to it? And then Taurus is like, they're so chill. They're so beautiful. Like, and Tauruses will never admit it. Like, Tauruses are just gorgeous and they're so good to be around as long as they're not going crazy. The one
No,
time a month they go crazy, but the rest of the time,
everything you said was facts. That's very true. Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty profound. I'm not gonna speak on that because I have all that like 12th house Taurus and 8th house Cap, so it's just like, yeah, I was straight, but I'm not. But it is what it is. My bad.
Okay. My last question to you is what are your feelings on 2018 and like the transits moving forward? Because I feel like 2018 is going to be very, very different from 2017. And I'd love your insight on that.
No, that's beautiful. It's truly the last chapter. I've always seen 2018 as the year of victory for those people who've been authentically searching for themselves. Some people have been searching for soulmates or twin flames and like God, but it's themselves they've been searching for. So like this is the year this in a part of 2.5 to 3 year series where you finally come to your own success and greatness. But the Leo King kind of said it best. Like there's going to be losers. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be winners, and Capricorn's all about making the decision to be your
Mm-hmm.
greater self, because it's a decision. It's not something you can have an excuse about. So I feel like 2018 is actually going to be really positive because it's going to really give people the opportunity to get themselves out of whatever holes they've been in, that what you had to get in that hole. Saturn and Scorpio. Saturn and Scorpio wanted to bring you to your deepest hole. So you finally deal with it and you kill your ego and you transform it. And Saturn Sagittarius is, now that you found that desire, you need to explore your options. Some people knew what it was, but they had to have different options so that they can say, no, it is still this person. So, or it is still this, you know what I'm saying? Which you're going to find out. It's really you. You're supposed to choose yourself. But
Yeah.
Saturn and Capricorn, you finally, like, it's all systems go. Actual changes that are going to apply to the system for better or for worse. Uranus and Aries will be fine. I really feel like 2018 is really taking what some people built over the past 3 years and finally like take it to the top of the mountain. And it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
challenging at first because people are going to have to deal with certain things they've not been wanting to. It's different. Like if you've been working hard, this is a victory for you. I see it as, and
Yeah.
it's
Like you've
more
been
work.
doing the work.
Exactly. And it's as simple as that, I feel.
I'm
How about,
so excited for Saturn and Capricorn.
yeah, I feel like it'll be a cool Saturn return on my end, but
Oh yeah. It'll be your Saturn return.
oh yes.
Initiation into adulthood.
My Gemini's just like,
And your Capricorn moon and Saturn's like, yeah, homecoming. It's been waiting 29 years for this.
my moon in Capricorn's like, I've been waiting for this mofo to learn how to use his words and shut up. And then my Gemini is like, damn, we only have like one more month of Saturn in Sagittarius to be immature as hell
Talk
before like
all the
we're forced
shit
to.
I can.
Yes. Like I feel like I've been talking a lifetime's worth of shit because I know like I won't be able to anymore. And it's like, oh
Yeah.
wow.
It'll be my Saturn square. It'll be
Oh
interesting. I
yeah.
I also think it's interesting that Saturn returns home. Like it's his homecoming on the winter solstice. Like Saturn planned that. Saturn was like, winter solstice, that's my day. Homecoming,
Stepping
bitches.
in
Like,
with the sun, like that's so
yes.
gangster. Like, damn. Capricorns are gonna be the ones talking shit, like, yep, yep, been waiting for this.
I
But
know.
I could talk to you for a whole nother hour. I have a webinar in like a couple minutes. I mean, a few 40 minutes. For those of you joining the Saturn webinar, we're gonna be talking
Ooh.
all about Saturn and breaking in karma. So, what do you have a final word of encouragement for anyone wanting to walk this path? And how can people reach you? I have the links to your Facebook and Instagram, but what can
Okay.
what do you have
All
to say?
right. Okay. So my final word of encouragement, if you're on a spiritual path, is it's like time to make a commitment. And right now, Saturn's like all in the galactic center, being like every intuitive hit you're getting right now, it's like that is the story you were born to live. Like that is like your destiny timeline. But the kicker is Saturn's about to move into Capricorn in a few weeks. And Juno is with Pluto and Saturn and Pluto right now in Capricorn. And it's like, make a commitment, make a commitment. You have to commit to like being your highest self. And that doesn't mean sacrifice, but it does mean letting go of things that no longer serve you. And if you like feel like something does not serve you anymore, just like literally be like, God, I surrender this, take it away. And then like it's going to make room for something even better to come in, because if you are ready to step into your power, there is no greater transit than Saturn and Capricorn. And like the sun's coming in with him, he's about to throw a party, but this party's like only for like legit people, because Capricorn cares about prestige and like honor and integrity. And if you don't have those qualities, cultivate them. You got 3 weeks, homie. Like, go.
I forgot
and
there's still time. Go ahead. No, that
and If you want to contact me, then you can go to my Instagram, Green Teas by Husband, or my personal Facebook page. I'll be posting up like special Black Friday offerings tonight on my Facebook page if you are ready. Or you could just email me at neha.astrology77@gmail.com if you're like interested in working with me. I have some like really special offers coming up. Like I'm going through like a beta test phase of like testing out like um, some fun services.
Sweet sauce. I think the greatest message of what you said is there's still time, and better take that time for what it's worth. And please make sure you hit up Neha. She definitely got more than knowledge and wisdom for you. And thank you so much once again for joining.
Thank
This
you.
is my more favorite peace talk. And
Woo!
we'll make sure we get you back on the channel. Probably do a Q&A session next time. And
I love
uh,
that. I'd love to do like
yeah,
a ceremony for everyone.
yes, that'll be amazing. All
Hmm.
right, y'all heard her. We're gonna have her back for a ceremony. So that's what it do. And you stay blessed, y'all in the live chat. Stay blessed, and
Yes.
peace.